Hey guys, I'm literally still in my PJs. I have not even brushed my teeth yet this morning. Like, I look so ratchet, so just ignore me. But I really wanted to come on here and share with y'all some of the most common mistakes that I see newbies make, um, and then kind of how we can avoid that or prevent it from maybe happening. So, these are some of the setbacks that I see newbies make, and because there's no mistakes, right? Like, there's no right or wrong way to work this business. I don't want you to feel like you're messing up. Part of success and part of growth is failure, right? And you're gonna fall on your face a million times. And especially as newbies, like, we don't expect you to know how to do absolutely anything. So we're going to train you from day one on how to do this. But sometimes people think that they can do it on their own. So let's dive in. Number one is not wanting to use a certain platform or social media at all. So if you are this person and you're like, oh, Facebook is just for my family or whatever, blah, 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 or you don't want to use social media at all, let's start there. You're really, 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 really limiting yourself. If you plan on just doing belly to belly conversation, which is great and y'all should be doing, and talking to people in person about this and scheduling wrap parties, and there's different trainings and stuff on that. But when you're not using social media, like, do you realize that social media has billions of people on it? So you're literally taking away billions of potentials that you could possibly have to maximize your business because you don't want to use social media. Unfortunately, even if social media isn't your cup of tea, it's 2020, almost 2021, and that's the way the world is going. So I highly, highly, highly suggest using social media. If you don't and you absolutely refuse, that's okay. And I'm not going to tell you that you can't succeed in this business that way. But what I am telling you is that you're making a hell of a lot harder on yourself for absolutely no reason. So utilize Facebook and Instagram. If you are that person who is like, oh, Facebook is just for family, or I want to make a separate account. So, in the very first training video that we send you, it goes over why you shouldn't be making separate accounts. But I just want to reiterate it again. When you make a separate Instagram or a separate Facebook or a page or whatever it is for your business, you are drawing a line in the sand between your business and your life. And just like we talked about yesterday with branding yourself, it is so crucial that people know who you are. They don't give a shit about the products. They don't care about a fat burning coffee. They want to know what it has done for you. They want to know what it's done for our customers. Does it work? Does the business work? Can I, because they're thinking, does this work into my lifestyle? So when you draw the line in the sand and you create an entirely separate account, not only is it super spammy and like really old school, it just looks tacky. No one wants to be a part of that. I don't know about you guys, but when I get added to like makeup groups on Facebook or get invited to like these spam pages, I immediately block and not only leave the page, but block that person. I just don't want to see it. I want to know who you are. So when you start branding yourself, you really want your business. When we talk about opportunity posts, we're not talking about, hey, come join my team. Do you want to make extra money? It's like, okay, I joined because I couldn't afford to pay for my groceries and I was putting my groceries on a credit card bill every month and I want to get to a point where I don't have to do that anymore. If you can relate, we should talk. Do you see how different that is? So, make sure that you are branding yourself and not creating a new account, as well as same thing with your Facebook and your Instagram. I'm going to be really honest, you guys. And when you signed up to do this, you signed up to implement this as a lifestyle. This is a lifestyle. This is something new that you're doing that is a way of life for you. Your business is going to become habitual in the way that you work it. It's not going to feel like you're working all the time. I never feel like I'm working. I literally just feel like I'm having fun talking to people about the products and this opportunity, right? So it's going to become that way for you too. But not only that, this business has completely changed my life. And after I had Oakland, I lost almost 80 pounds because of these products and got back to my pre pregnancy weight. So even if you don't have a story yet, live vicariously through those who do. And you really want to scream that from the rooftops. And how selfish for us to think that our family or these people on our networks don't want to see that. You're not annoying people. And just like we learned on the video that we watched actually before the Wake Up With Me call, or on the Wake Up With Me call, um, what was I about to say? I lost my train of thought. Ashley said something that I'll come back to it. I'll come back to it. I was just talking about how selfish it would be for us to take that opportunity away from our family. Everybody deserves that. And you're making fun of yourself more and judging yourself and creating all of these self-limiting beliefs and I'm going to annoy people or people want to do other companies or whatever it is, whatever your thought process is, no one else is thinking that. You are making up this big story in your head about what people are going to think when you have no clue. And one of the very first things that you're going to learn really quickly when you start this business is how to get over other people's opinions and how to not let your emotions get in the way of your dreams and your goals and your ambitions and the way that you work your business. So I would highly suggest using all of your platforms, not creating a new page, and you're really just going to embody what is this business doing for you? What are these products doing for you? Or what is it going to do for you? What are you excited about? Why are you here? Why should people listen to you? Why should people buy these products from you? Right? These are questions that you need to start thinking about. Okay, the next mistake that I see people make is not sending screenshots. And this one is a killer for me. Like, there are just some people that just don't send screenshots, and it rips my heart out. And I'll tell you why. There is not a right, and I've said this 3 times on this live so far, there is not a right and a wrong way to work this business. But there is a way that is better than others. And just like we learned in that video again this morning by Ashley, you don't know what you're doing. You don't know how to talk to people. And that's okay. That's not a bad thing. You shouldn't expect yourself to know what you're doing. You shouldn't expect yourself to know how to train somebody in this company or how to sell a product or how to make a post or how to grow your network. Like, that's all things that we are here to teach you. But screenshots are the easiest way to do that. What I tell my new distributors is I am literally going to have the conversations vicariously for you until you are 100% confident. And when I ask you what a product costs, or I tell you, hey, these are what my goals are, what products would you suggest for me? And with full confidence, you can give me an answer, you're sending me screenshots. That is not for me to be micromanaging. My job is to lead you and to show you how to be successful at this. So allow us to do that by sending us the screenshot before you reply so that we can help you build your notes for future conversations and we can show you how to get customers in. Because again, it's not that there's a right or wrong way to do this, but you have no clue what you're doing yet. So let us show you. And again, that's an okay thing. Don't expect yourself. So many people come in with such high expectations of themselves that they should be popping off and become a millionaire tomorrow and know exactly how to do this. And it's like, you have to go through a training process when you go to a job, right? Well, you're going to go through a training process with me. Okay, the next thing that I see people do is quit before the getting gets good. So many people claim and say that businesses like this or MLM or whatever, pyramid schemes, scams, it's a ripoff, it's a scheme, whatever BS people say, right? Which I'm not even going to get into all of that. There's so many videos and I can send you some if people are calling this a pyramid scheme and I can tell you exactly what to say because sister, you're not in a pyramid scheme, okay? If there's products or services provided and you're paying taxes, you're good. But point being, people join not wanting a scam or a scheme, But what they're expecting is that of a scam. And what I'm saying is when people join, they want to see $500 the next day. They want to not put a single effort in, do it for 2 weeks, and then be like, oh, this didn't work for me. No, this is not a 9 to 5. You will never be paid to be a warm body in a seat with this business. You are building an empire. You are building a business. If you were to go out and buy a storefront business, storefront retail store right now, you would be in the red for years. Not only would you not be cutting a check for yourself, but you'd be cutting a check to everybody else, spending way more money than you're making for years. And that's not at all what it is with this. You are going to be making money right away, but in the beginning of your business, it is going to feel like you're putting so much work in and not necessarily getting the compensation that you feel like you deserve. That is business. Are you going to start to build an entrepreneurial mindset, or are you so stuck in the fact that you should be paid $11 an hour that your butt hurt that you didn't make $500 the next day? You are building a business. Stop coming into this expecting a scam after you've just learned that it's not. It is going to take time to get customers. It is going to take time to get distributors. And for some people, it happens super quick. For some people, it takes a little bit longer than others. But you have to be in it for the long run. If you are in this, you have to take quitting off the table right away because you started for a reason. If you're only going to be in this, oh, I'm just going to give it a month to see how it goes, you may as well quit today. I have no problem with you turning your e-suite off. And that's not to be rude, but that's just because you don't have the mindset and you're not ready to work for it. You don't want it bad enough. And if the reason that you joined is not strong enough for you to get your butt to work, I can't motivate you. My job isn't to motivate you. My job is to give you the tools and to show you how to work this business so that you can build the life of your dreams. And this business can be the vehicle for you with that. But don't give up on yourself. Don't just give this a year. Don't just give this 30 days. You are building a business and you will reap the reward because the compound effect is the law of all, right? If you do a little bit every day, you are constantly going to be making improvements. And there is a reason that I am almost 3 years in, still here, y'all. Okay, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't worth it. I'm here to tell you that it is so worth it. My family has been able to do more than I can even freaking begin to tell you guys. Like, we're sitting in a house that I never would have been able to purchase without this business. I am a stay-at-home mom because of this business. We're having a second baby because of this business. We're going to go debt free over the next 24 months because that's a huge goal of mine because of this business. So, when I tell you it's worth it, trust. Get your booty to online events, watch a million training videos, watch other people's success stories, get hyped about where you are going, and take quitting off the table. Do not quit before the getting gets good because I promise you, you're going to be kicking yourself when you were like, wow, what if I had just given this a year? What if I had built for 2 years and just seen what I could do? Play the what if game with yourself. What if I just did it? You guys, the thing is you're already on your phone, and whether you're working this business or not, I bet your bottom dollar you're going to be scrolling through social media anyways. So just be intentional. Just be intentional with your time and work this business because you're doing it anyways. So you might as well get paid for it. Who cares if your first paycheck is $50? What if it's $5,000 before the end of the year? I want you guys to go back, if you haven't already, and go to phase 1 where I talked about I gave you guys exactly what my paychecks were over a year. And I showed you just what you can accomplish. And obviously everyone's goal is different. And there are so many people who have made way more money than I have in a year span. But the point is, if you stay in it long enough, you will reap the reward. Okay. The next thing that I see people do is word vomit. And a lot of this comes from not sending screenshots. If you were sending screenshots, you would know how to not word vomit. But if you're trying to answer things on your own and you don't know how to have the conversation, you are going to send a 10-page paragraph about what this product does. You guys, no one cares. No one cares. Honestly, they don't care. They want to see the result photo, they want to see the ingredients list. Does it work? That's all they care about. So just give the information, trust your upline, send screenshots, learn how to not word vomit. You guys, especially because I've been in this business, I love supporting other people in other companies and becoming their customers. I love to, support other boss babes. But if they send me like a long message, I literally don't read it. I like back out of it and I'm like, no, sorry, whatever. I'll wait for the next one to like legitimately give me the information or whatever. So you have to think about it from a consumer's perspective. Would you want to read that? No, you're probably not going to take the time to read it. But if you see a bomb ass result photo, you're like, I need whatever she's having, right? So just think about it from their perspective. Okay, the next thing that I see people do, I know I have a long list, but y'all, I really want to avoid all of this. Okay, the other thing that I see people do is I'm not posting because I don't know what to post. And this is such a lame excuse because the thing is, y'all, is stop worrying so much about the perfect post and just put something up. Posting is the open sign to your business. If you were to buy a retail store and you had an open sign on the front door, people would come in. If you didn't have an open sign on the door and it was dark inside, do you think that people would walk in? No, people are going to think that it's closed. So, a post and stories on your page is like having the lights on and the open sign to your business and saying, hey, I'm here. Hey, this is what we're doing. Hey, this is what we're excited about. You're not being annoying by posting. You are genuinely sharing the things that you're excited about, and people love to watch that, you guys. Don't make this thing up in your head that no one wants to see what you're doing. People want to make money. People want to feel better and to feel their best selves. You have to start embodying the mindset that you're being selfish if you don't share. I literally had a conversation with a woman this morning because she was a potential distributor and she said, I'm really worried about annoying people and I just don't want to be that girl. And I said, I honestly never feel like I'm shoving products down people's throat or shoving this opportunity down their throat. I am genuinely sharing what this experience has done for me and what I'm working towards and what it's going to do for me from the day one of my business. I've been doing this. And I would feel so selfish if I didn't because you deserve this opportunity. You deserve to feel and look your best, right? And that's the kind of confidence that I portray when I'm talking to potential distributors and to potential customers. So it's not about getting the perfect post up. Post a result photo if you don't know what to talk about. We have so many trainings, you guys. I have an entire training, and it's an hour-long training called Posting 101 where I literally go over step by step what you should be posting. So go learn. If that's something that you struggle with or something that scares you, go watch videos from top leaders. Go watch my training videos. Watch the ones on the team page. We have a whole post in the team page on how to tell your story. Be like a sponge when you are first coming into this business and just be so willing and ready to learn and to improve that you're excited, but still be ignorance on fire where you're just sharing. And you guys, I look back at the posts that I first made in this business and it's stuff that I would never post now, but I got comments and I was getting customers and I had no clue what I was doing and they looked like crap, but I did it anyways, and I learned how to post. I learned how to get a more aesthetically appealing page. I learned how to retain followers. I didn't know any of that from the get-go. So it's just something that you're going to build. It's like a muscle, and you will get better over time. So don't stress too much about what it is. Just document, just create, just be excited. Excitement breeds excitement, okay? The next thing is being too spammy or being ingenuine. You guys, we will never ask or tell you to lie, ever. And I'm going to get to that in a second. But be genuine to who you are. What makes you you? I love it because some of my new distributors, I'll send them a post or I'll send them a message or reply, and they'll tweak it just a little bit to make it sound like them. And that's what I love because it needs to sound like you. You are not me. And you are not a robot. You are not whatever. People can tell that. People can tell that in your posts. They can tell that in your messaging. All of the things. So stay true throughout this whole process to who you are, what you love, how you speak to people. If you're like, "Hey, boo," you need to be sending messages like that. If you're more like, "Hello, how are you?" then you need to be sending messages like that. Whatever. But stay true to who you are and do not be black, green, and bling, okay? I'm going to show you what I mean by this. So, here we go. I'm going to show you what spammy looks like. Let's see. Stand by. Stand by. Okay, I'm just going to give you an example. So, see this photo? Or hang on. I had one pulled up specifically and now it's just not. Okay, you don't want to post stuff like this on your feed. See all this black, green, bling stuff? Like, not that, excuse me. This one. No, don't post this. This looks so spammy, so tacky. No one wants to see a stock photo of the cleanse. People want to see you, right? So take a picture holding it or whatever it is. Just try not to be spammy. Stay true to who you are. What would you want to see as a person scrolling by, right? You guys can look at my feed, any top leaders feed as examples too. And I also have an entire training on IG aesthetic and how to make an aesthetically appealing page. So if that's something that you want to work on and you want to make sure that you retain followers and that you're not being spammy, go watch that. And if you have any questions, just come back to me. Okay, the next thing kind of goes into the whole lying thing. People lie because they think that they're supposed to. Like, for example, if they're talking to a potential and they're not sending screenshots, they'll say that they've tried the product when they never have tried the freaking product. I would never tell you to do that. You haven't tried the product. No one wants you to tell them what you think they want to hear. They want to know your honest reply. So, for example, and I'm just using Tiffany as an example because I see her name right here. But Tiffany had a person who asked her if how the keto or the skinny brew tasted or if she liked it or whatever. And our response was, "I'm still waiting for mine to come. I can't wait to try it, but I've heard that it's fire." Okay, so she's still being excited about it, but she's being honest. It's okay to say you've never tried the product. I had a customer yesterday that I sold the BOGO TFX to. She said, "Do you take the product?" I said, "Well, I'm currently pregnant, but I did take the old formula and I'm excited to take the new formula to get my body back after this baby." She was so excited to hear that. You don't need to lie. And the thing is, you guys, is we have over 50 freaking products. If you're 5'2" and 100 pounds, you're probably not going to have a super honest review of what our triple threat weight loss pack does for you because you don't need to lose weight and you feel your best. But maybe you struggle with acne and you've been using our skincare line and you love it. Does that mean that you're not going to sell any weight loss packs? No, you're going to be honest about the fact that you don't need to lose weight, but our customers and our reviews show this. This is what we have. Blah, 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 blah. Send screenshots, y'all. Don't lie. It looks tacky. People can tell. Okay, getting too excited and not recommending the correct products. This is so huge, y'all. For example, someone will make a post about the wraps. The wraps are not a weight loss supplement. They are not for weight loss. They are for tightening, toning, and firming anywhere from the neck down. Okay, so it's going to tighten the skin, it detoxifies their fat cells. So when someone comes to you and you don't ask the right questions, meaning they comment on your wrap post, you message them, "Hey, you're more interested in more info on the wraps?" and you sell them on the wraps, you're going to have an angry customer because little did you know they wanted to lose 50 pounds. And when they saw the result photo, they just thought it was weight loss and assumed, and now they're going to cancel with you, and you totally lost a customer that you could have had if you just recommended the right products. Again, this is where sending screenshots comes in, because until you're more seasoned in the business, you're not going to know what products to recommend, and that's okay. So send screenshots, but I ask a lot of questions. How much weight do you want to lose to feel your best? Do you prefer coffee or tea? Do you like your coffee more French roast or more sweet? Like, we have a lot of options for people, so just make sure that you're asking a lot of questions. Asking a lot of questions and word vomiting are two very different things. And if I'm training you, you'll see exactly what I mean by that. Okay. Dismissing instruction to listen to self-development and actually implementing what you're learning. So those kind of are two different things. But a lot of people kind of laugh or dismiss the instruction to listen to self-development every single day, or it's the first thing to go out the window. And I can promise you that if that's the case, so will your business. You might as well be throwing your whole phone out the window, because you are going to get nasty replies sometimes. You are going to get people who tell you that you're in a scam. You are going to have family members that don't support you. You are going to have days where, regardless of the business, you're in a shitty mood. And that's okay. We are all human, but we can't let that impact our business. We can't let that impact our future. Just because we're frustrated doesn't mean we scream at our kids every single day, right? Like, no, you have to control yourself. So self-development is like putting your suit of armor on for the day. When you control your morning or your night, whatever, and you do your self-development and you have your mind right, those things are going to bug you less. You're going to not let those impact your whole day. Just because you got one nasty message doesn't stop you from sending the rest of the 30 messages that you need to send, right? So make sure that you're listening to your upline when they tell you to listen to self-development. There's really no excuse. I can send you a free audiobook, whatever. You can listen to it while you're in the shower, while you're getting ready, whatever it is that you normally do. But it is so crucial. It's so crucial. And then implementing what you're actually learning. If you are just listening to a book or reading a book or whatever, and you're not doing the tasks, you may as well have not even read the book. So take notes on what you're learning, or take mental notes and start implementing the things that you are learning in these books, okay? That's how you level up, both in your business and just as a person, as someone who is going to be having relationships with other people in your life. Okay, being busy does not mean you're being productive or successful. Okay, in this business, like I said, you're not going to be paid to be a warm body in a seat. So it doesn't matter how much busy work you feel like you're doing. There are some days where you're going to catch yourself, oh, I feel like I've been working all day, but you've only sent 10 messages and really you've just been scrolling all day. So you really need to watch yourself on, okay, am I being intentional with my time? Do I need to work in power 30s so that I don't feel like I'm constantly like my brain is going a million places? You need to find what works for you, but you really need to draw the line with yourself between being busy and being productive, okay? That is why this push is so crucial, and why today I didn't give you a set amount of messages to send out. I didn't give you a set amount of friend requests to send out. I gave you a goal of how many new potentials you should be adding to your list today, how many haps up you should be getting today, all of those things, how many new followers you should be gaining. And it takes whatever it takes. For some people, it's going to take 10 messages. For some people, it's going to take 100. It doesn't matter. It takes what it takes to get your task and your goal done, right? So just do the work. And then, actually, I think that that's it, y'all. So those are kind of the most common mistakes that I see people make. If you have any questions about that, just of course reach out to me. But I hope that this helped. I hope that this gives you guys some insights as you grow into leadership of what you might encounter with your new distributors. And I think that you'll find that between self-development and them sending screenshots, you can avoid a lot of this. So if someone says, hey, so-and-so said blah, 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 or so-and-so's interested in this, what do I say? I literally don't help people until they send me a screenshot. I say, send me a screenshot and I will help with what to say. because I need to see what they're saying. Sometimes you're just interpreting it, and my reply is going to sound funny because it doesn't match with what they're saying. It's not because I don't believe you, it's because this is the best way to train you, and this is the best way to guide you to success. So, having said all of that, I love you guys. I'm so proud of you. I'm so excited for what we're going to bring in today. BOGO extended through the 7th, and 24 kits are done, but it is 50% off through Friday evening Eastern time. So let's take advantage of it, y'all.